Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 8 of my New Orleans Pelicans My League series here on NBA 2K17. So we are into year number 3 now in our My League series, and we're going to be playing a couple games here before we get to the trade deadline this season, because you did not miss, if you did not see the last episode, kind of what I've been pushing this whole time is the fact that we don't own our pick in next year's draft. So this is the year we want to be competitive. We used our 2019 pick to trade up in the 2017 draft and then helped us get Josh Jackson ultimately. So we've already used that asset. We have all the motivation now to be competitive because we don't really want that pick coming back to bite us being a top 5, top 10 pick. We want to be in the playoffs now. We don't want that to be in the lottery. So we have 3 really young perimeter players surrounding Anthony Davis now: Luka Doncic, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Jackson. We are looking for those guys to start to develop into guys who can help us win now. And here's Doncic showing off what he does, shooting the 3 ball off the dribble right there. And you're going to see that a lot from him in this game. I think he ended up with 20-plus points. And we really played well against this Atlanta Hawks team. This is a different Hawks team than the one they have in real life. They've added Carmelo Anthony. They've lost Dwight, who is now with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've also lost Paul Millsap, who is now with Indiana. So their team is really just Melo, Serge Ibaka, and then they have this one young shooting guard they drafted pretty high up in the draft. Hamidou Diallo, I believe, is a top 5 pick, I want to say. But you saw Jake Layman hitting the 3 right there. Here's DeMarre Carroll. He's also back on Atlanta, and he rims home the 3 right there. So that would be the score at the end of the first quarter, 27-19. And here we go now. Lonzo Ball showing what he does, hitting the 3 there, just kind of pulling up in transition, staying patient, waiting for guys to disperse, and he found himself a lane to shoot that one. And then here we go with the and one. Lonzo Ball to the rim. So we're up by 17 right now, absolutely dominating. It is Anthony Davis running the floor, ball to Doncic off the glass. Great ball movement by New Orleans on the fast break. Here we go now, 43-24. Atlanta trying to respond just as quickly, and I think that is Diallo there hitting the shot, as that is going to make it a 17-point game once again, but pretty much holding our lead at this point. And we really played well. I think the roster is a lot better than it was in years 1 and 2, not even just the fact that we have these 3 young perimeter guys, but also the guys surrounding those players I think are a lot better. Like Tim Hardaway, you saw there, just hit a nice pull-up jumper. We signed him for the minimum. And watch Hardaway actually come off the screen right here from Papagiannis. He's open. He's going to shoot it, and he will make that. So we go back up by 20. And we would be up by 22 points at the half. And honestly, a surprising contributor to this game was Joakim Noah. He actually had a pretty good game. I wasn't really expecting too much when we got him. He has that 2-year, $34 million contract that we didn't really want to take in the Doncic deal, but we said we pretty much had to do it. We couldn't really find another way to do it without taking back that contract, just because of the way the Pistons' salaries were. So we had to take back the Noah contract, and he actually had a pretty good game. You can see there he's 4 for 4 so far, 8 points, 13 rebounds already, and playing well on the defensive side of things as well. And I don't really want to build this team with 2 big men. I'm not saying Noah is going to be like a starter for us by any means when we become a contender, so to say. But I think, he's definitely a guy who could be a backup big for us, especially if we got him back on a lesser contract. But he also, he has a big enough contract that if he matched up in a trade, I wouldn't hesitate to move him in the slightest. So, he's certainly not by any means set in stone on this team for the now and the future. But, he contributed, and I was pleasantly surprised by that. So you can see we're up by 25 now late in the third quarter, 75. Actually, it's 81-53 now. And here's Sean Livingston. And Steve Kerr was actually the head coach of this Hawks team, so it was interesting to see him and Sean Livingston here in Atlanta. I don't know who the head coach of Golden State is now, but Lonzo Ball just pulling up in some dude's face right there, completely disrespecting this Atlanta team. And there is Noah on the offensive boards. And we go right back to Noah. Nice pass right there, and Noah with the slam. So he's up to double digits now. He's got that double-double. And here we go. Another jumper for DJ Augustine in the mid-range. That's going to make it a 25-point game. But you can see pretty much we are just closing this game out now. I'm just trying to stunt on them, shooting 3s in their face. And there's Papagiannis, Papa John, with the rebound and the slam right there. And we still got the starters out here because why not? Lonzo Ball just pulling up from deep. And he's got 17 and 10 now. I think he's actually going to end up the player of the game. You can see 103-71 now, under a minute to play. Melo, he got some garbage time stats in, but for the most part we held him pretty much in check. I think he was 6 of 16 at one point, and he might have heated up a little bit in the third and fourth quarter, but by the time this game was out of hand, he was not playing very well. So 103-277 is the final score. You can see I even took the final shot of them. I was disrespecting the hell out of this Atlanta team, because who builds a team around 34-year-old Carmelo Anthony and Serge Ibaka? Honestly, I don't know what they're doing in Atlanta. I like the Steve Kerr hire, obviously, but other than that, Ball dropped 17 and 11 on them. He had a really nice game as the starting point guard, and he's taking over that role and looking pretty well, playing pretty well. I'm hoping he's going to really develop into it this year and become the starting point guard for our now and our future. And taking a look at the team stats right here, we out-rebounded them on the offensive glass 22-6. That was a big difference. We also got to the line a lot more than them. We had 18 free throw attempts. They only had 10. And taking a look at our box score now, Doncic led the way, 20 points on 16 shots. Davis had 17 and 10. Ball 17 and 11 on 7 shots. Noah 12 and 18. He was 5 of 5 from the field. So really good contributions from our starters. That's going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.